competent,
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 competent.
Settled in all right? I believe so. Mr. Napier's valet seems a competent fellow. Competent fellow. Competent fellow.
During the fighting, your technique was competent. Competent. Competent.
Deal with the coffee?
Yeah. I figured out the thing I kept fucking up.
Look at you. Competent. 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 See how that works? Yeah, sure. It turns out I'm much better with shit.
Now, what's going on?
It's done. What's done? Didn't feel George Malley was competent to make the decision.
Lamb. He is big of a clown as his little brother?
bigger, lazy and barely competent like his brother, more venal and corrupt.
She's too competent. She'd have fixed the car.
Is she also a mechanic?
You seem like a competent man, Agent Matu.
Well, it would seem we're on the hunt for the least competent spy China's employed since the Ming Dynasty.
Based on my examination so far, I find her to be mentally competent, if somewhat disoriented.
I got Dano on the North Shore. I'm short-handed. So I thought about it and figured you were competent enough to tag along.
Competent enough?
But she's been very loyal to you and a more than competent chief of staff. Have kept you here. You're dedicated, you're relentless, you're exceptionally competent.
Outcome.
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 outcome,
Outcome.
You gave lip. Same speech, different outcome. Different outcome. Different outcome. Thanks.
Stop. I don't think so. I'm rather invested in the outcome of that virus.
Part of it? Then what are you doing? Watching. So that I can control the outcome. The outcome. The outcome.
It looks as though whoever wins this game will most likely go on to take the entire match.
This one game, Game 6, will determine the outcome?
I certainly think so.
How can you wager on this when you control the outcome?
Well, we just get him in the cellar. They take it from there.
Number 5, lean into it.
What does that mean?
It means that the outcome doesn't matter. What matters is that you were there for it.
It's what we've got. Commander Markov won't admit anything. He's suspended pending the outcome of your investigation.
You want to tell me how we went from a 7-figure payday to nothing?
Wasn't an ideal outcome.
No, it wasn't.
But given what we know, given the ferocity of grounded justice, this could be the most merciful outcome for the boy.
My little lie was actually an effort to achieve an outcome closer to the truth.
The heparin decision didn't have anything to do with the outcome.
You want the outcome of this case to rest on Caffrey's slippery shoulders?
From the board, I'd say the outcome is a foregone conclusion.
Advance.
advance,
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 Advance.
Can I have my money?
Paying for interviews, out of pocket. My entire advance, gone.
What makes you think you'll ever see him again?
He gave Quinn a $250,000 advance. Said he was going to set up the hit for Los Angeles.
How short term?
3 weeks?
It's gonna have to be cash in advance.
Okay.
The hydroponics seminar was booked 3 months in advance.
How's our plant?
I think I killed it.
I want to apologize. I didn't think either of you would show if I told you in advance, so I lied. I'm a liar.
I'm telling you, I'm out of product.
Tough dick. The Northwestern Society of Embalmers is coming to the hotel tomorrow, and those fuckers get high. Find more.
Can you advance me some cash?
Hey, look what the cat dragged in.
Have you seen Don? I need an advance.
Yeah, have you met Don? That's not gonna happen.
Shit.
All 10 cases are ready to go. Desmond there is just getting the last one.
Thank you. And my father sent the check in advance.
And please thank him for his generous donation.
Which room is it?
It's upstairs at the end of the hall.
I get paid in advance. 200, cash only.
You told me 100 on
That was before my buddy at the police station told me your grandson was murdered.
Nothing. Seymour. You're right about one thing. Whatever Operation Sparrow is, I will be briefed before you. If you want advance word, then you better give me yours now.
A guaranteed job for life only encourages the faculty to become complacent. If we really want science to advance, people should have chips implanted in their skulls that explode when they say something stupid.
Well, I believe...
Spoil.
Spoil.
Spoil. Spoil. Spoil.
We're having a moment. I don't want to spoil it. Let's spoil it. Let's spoil it. Mirror. Ooh.
Love when you spoil me. Love when you spoil me. Love when you spoil me.
Just get in.
You know, you keep buying your kids crap like this, you're gonna spoil them rotten. Spoil them rotten. Spoil them rotten.
Pak choy. Oh dear, that spoils so easily. Put it in the root cellar.
You got it, boss, huh?
Deserves a treat.
No thanks, Daddy. It might spoil my appetite.
To each his own. But I do wish I had another little one like that to spoil.
Hey, it's Claire. I hate to spoil your golf game, but I'm pregnant.
What?
Did you just spoil a perfect moment by capturing it?
You look too good. Sun hitting you like that.
No. They're here to make sure that doesn't spoil a momentous evening.
Now, will someone please tell me where the hell we're going?
Wouldn't spoil all the fun.
Corn fillet.
Don't worry about the ketchup and stuff. Just the milk and the meat so it won't spoil.
I'm sure it's been difficult. She's a bright girl. But I spoiled her.
Admire.
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 I admire your confidence, Sergeant. I admire yours. I admire yours. I admire yours.
I really admire the work you do, Howard.
Congressman, I have to tell you, I really admire what you did last month.
Oh, thank you.
You're bold, Northerner. I admire courage even when it's foolish.
You like him, don't you, that teacher? You trust him. You admire him.
Well, I admire that.
Mr. Flork, you hired me. I'm grateful for that. You ran a tough department. I admire that.
You and I have had our differences, Alicia. But I've come to respect you and admire aspects of you.
You know, I admire you. Go away. This is my spot. I admire your sauce work. Light, clean, artistic.
Antiquities. Yes. I also admire the occasional reproduction.
Thesis. Thesis.
Thesis.
Thesis.
Thesis.
My thesis was about the relationship between the Yakuza and ultra-nationalist right-wing politics in post-war Japan.
Understand, sir?
You know what a thesis is? Thesis is?
An idea.
Exactly, an idea. Which attempts to explain something, lays it out to be proved or disproved. So here's our thesis. Thesis. It's 36 miles across the bay from Santa Cruz to Monterey.
This morning
This
you were...
is not a feeling. This is a thesis. Thesis. It's science.
Do you know him?
Yeah, of course I know him. Did my graduate thesis on semiconductor memory. Goddard's basically the reason cell phones aren't the size of bricks.
I'm confident I can communicate with them, provided your thesis is correct.
Provided it's correct. It's good.
That's why they call it a thesis, Doctor.
All over the world. How do you know this?
I read your thesis.
You did?
In a year?
No. The last time he called me was on my birthday. I think my present was a 20-minute thesis on why I suck.
When I was a student, I did my thesis on him.
The FBI into pursuing Mr. Antonov. I want to question him myself, and if he fits, I'll present a complete thesis of his true motive.
Frankly, Captain, I'm surprised you don't find our thesis more compelling.
I was a grad student in linguistics.
linguistics. My thesis was translating ancient Kabbalistic texts.
Hours. Subject has taken a great leap forward, causing me to revise my initial thesis. I thought...
Where are you going?
I'm meeting my advisor. I'm asking for more time to finish my thesis, and I can't be late.
Jealous. 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 Jealous.
Jealous.
Have a beautiful first date. You deserve it.
I'll try not to make you too jealous. Too jealous. Too jealous.
Swear to me you didn't fuck that Emily girl. And I'm not jealous because I'm not the jealous type. But I just want to know, okay? Be a man and admit the truth.
And you two became best friends, and I don't know, I got jealous.
Jack was getting all jealous of Hillary and Charlotte. And he was getting jealous of Ward and Yardley, too.
First time worked, it's not gonna work again.
You're just jealous because it's the best speech I ever gave.
You know what drove me nuts?
But that's it? She just smiled?
She was trying to make me jealous of something.
Somebody that actually cares about me. What are you, jealous?
Oh, you jealous?
I'm doing mine.
In other words, you're jealous.
I'm not jealous. If you want to sleep with her, please, by all means, do it.
And he can get jealous. He didn't know that I was still taking care of Arthur.
No longer cook here. Jealous of my refined palate? I am surprised that one even exists.
I'd be jealous that you might be prettier than I am.
I would be, too.
Submerge.
Submerge. Submerge.
Submerge.
Submerge.
And during this season, I have watched Jackie Robinson submerge himself, to submerge himself, to submerge himself, to serve something greater.
It works after being submerged in water, being submerged in water, being submerged in water. Hours, days, even weeks.
All boats sealed. Ready to submerge. All ports sealed. Ready to submerge. Ready to submerge. Ready to submerge.
We even have a team of archaeologists checking we're not about to submerge the Ark of the Covenant, which would be unfortunate, you know.
Really? They want me in a submerged, pressurized metal container?
Drove screws into their brains. We submerged them in icy water until they lost consciousness or even drowned.
We can go ahead and terminate this test dive because the ACOMs, while submerged, are not acceptable. Over.
Cover down! Submerge!
If they're submerged on the opposite side of the northern bank, we'll see them as soon as we're far enough south to peer behind it.
Casual. Casual.
Casual.
Casual.
Casual.
A cop sees even the most casual thing, it registers.
Impressive.
Yeah, just, thinking on my toes.
Shit, man. It's casual. It's casual. It's casual. It's innovative. I love your work, man.
Like I've told you 1,000 times, I'm sorry. Mom would have wanted it that way. She was casual. She was casual. She was casual.
Yeah, I'm funny. I gotta bounce.
Okay, all right. Keeping it casual. Love it.
Look, man, Mansfield knows where Jenny lives. It's just gonna be a casual dinner with friends.
Too soon, man. You know, time heals some wounds. Tequila-fueled casual sex heals others.
Well, I can't provide you with casual sex, but I can get some tequila. On me. Good looking, man.
Guess it's Casual Friday. Must have missed the memo.
Say that to me once. Same way, too. Oh, casual.
Three blokes singing the Bloody Spice Girls. Anyhow, listen, you're not one for a casual catch-up. What can I do?
3 years. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like, you know, casual thing. It was, we were serious.
ran his firehouse. Whether he kept it loose and casual, or maybe you two are just taking advantage now that the cat's away, but you are making a big mistake if you think you can walk all over me.
Bishop of New York.
I'm just wondering if we should bring a gift to dinner tonight.
Yeah, well, it's casual. Maybe a bottle of wine. You know them well.
Able.
Able.
Able. Able.
Able.
What did the message say?
Just that he was able to get a ride, able to get a ride, able to get a ride.
I'm free. I know it sounds strange, but the last few nights in here, I've finally been able to sleep. I've been able to sleep. I've been able to sleep.
Mozzie, do you really have friends at the FBI?
You know I'm not able to speak to that.
You know, Captain, we might be able to work something out.
He's supposed to be this genius cryptographer because no one's been able to break the Bitcoin code yet.
My God, you have changed. I used to be able to tell when you lied.
You think I'm lying? If I have a record, I'm never going to be able to get a nursing job.
Prostitution is a class 4 felony.
The search team hasn't been able to find the men where you said they were.
Harry, what else? Do you think you'll be able to work it out?
Honestly, I'm not holding out much hope.
Yeah, this place isn't really big enough for entertaining, and we wouldn't be able to be outside, and...
Agnostic.
Ooh, I'm shaking.
Well, you should be. Because when I'm done, you won't be able to get a seat in a chair factory. You watch? Yeah. I've never been able to come vaginally.
No? Grown up? Able to handle things? Like the truth?
Well, Daniel, maybe if you talk real slow, we'll be able to follow.
What do you mean I'm not gonna be able to sing my song? Mr. Better loves this so much that he wants a rapper to do it.
Strengthen.
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 Yeah. Strengthening your minds, strengthening your minds, strengthening your minds with the same tools used by some of the best brains in history.
But I was doing it to strengthen the city, strengthen the city, strengthen the city, not to endanger it.
But I'm not sure Lady Grantham will be so easily convinced.
Then we must strengthen the argument. Strengthen the argument. Strengthen the argument.
I strengthened the safety net to protect kids like Lamar. I created jobs in those neighborhoods. I've done great things. Though I was not able to introduce my initiative at the ECO conference, it has only strengthened my resolve to move forward.
Struggle is nature's way of strengthening it. Now, this is the second time you've asked me for your drugs back.
Roscoff was using the extra time to strengthen his position.
We asked the smith to strengthen our hands and our backs so we may finish the work required of us. We asked the crone to guide us on our journey from darkness to darkness.
I'm also planning to begin an exercise regimen designed to strengthen my cardiovascular system, aka jogging.
Well, it's a Christian event designed to strengthen the bond between fathers and daughters.
Will do.
Hey, swing this at my head. Try and strengthen my neck.
Look, every time you tell us it was an accident, you're strengthening the story he's going to use to get out of it.
External.
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 External. External.
He returned.
Just the last few days, I've been dealing with some external stress, which is what triggered it.
External airlock pressure tolerances can be adjusted
At the manual feed step.
So that explains the color of the water then?
I didn't say that.
Well, what are you saying then?
I'm saying it could be the pipes, but it could be an external issue.
External.
Sure. A consequence of accumulated external stimuli that you probably didn't even register as they registered with you.
External cam check is a go.
So anyway, we figured out a way to rig up our iPods to the external speakers on the ASV.
No longer distracted by anything external,
he was finally able to bask in his own existence.
What does it mean? It's external sterilized intervention.
Keeping them away from shit, minimizing the external shit. That should stop the external bleeding.
No external hard drive, nothing on the storage but a single game.
Normally, if you're closing an external wound, you use monofilament nylon or polydioxanone.
Apartment.
Apartment. Apartment.
Apartment. Apartment.
It's gonna stay in your room?
I don't know. Look, this just happened. It didn't even just happen. It might happen.
Shouldn't he get an apartment? An apartment? An apartment?
That's not gonna stay at an apartment. Apartment. Apartment.
You got it already? Is it big enough?
This is your apartment, Peter. This is your apartment, Peter. This is your apartment, Peter.
This is serious.
Did anything come from me at the apartment that I didn't get?
I like it. The apartment.
How am I not grown up? I have a job. I have an apartment. I pay my bills on time. What more do you want from me?
These places will kill you. Dave.
I'll meet you back at your apartment. Okay.
I had a patient once with an apartment like this.
Maybe it was the sunglasses.
What sunglasses?
I accidentally left my sunglasses in Tom's apartment.
What if this was your house? All of your things.
Well, I live in a shitty apartment. My ex-wife has all the good stuff, so I probably wouldn't give a shit, ma'am.
The cockpit voice recording from Kate's plane. Last we saw it, it was in the apartment of the beautiful insurance investigator, Sarah Ellis.
We traced into this apartment.
See you in there?
There's movement inside.
Yeah, I see it.
Please tell me I get to break down the door.
Diagnosis.
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 Well, the diagnosis is not good. Diagnosis is not good. Diagnosis is not good.
Thank you. Have you spoken to anyone since the diagnosis? Diagnosis. Other than your husband, I mean.
Since when? Since my diagnosis. Diagnosis.
3 years ago?
I usually only work on dead people.
Barry!
All right, I can think of 4 possible diagnoses for what's causing his body to react this way. Make that 3 possible diagnoses.
Well, yeah, I mean, no, it was like it was a bad diagnosis.
I'd be happy to create a chart and participate in a differential diagnosis.
He's terminal.
What?
Cancer. The diagnosis isn't good.
Identifying the weapon that was inserted into her brain?
No, but the diagnosis of amnesia and fugue state certainly explains the bruising I saw.
4B's got post-op pneumonia. Let's start antibiotics.
Are you sure that's the right diagnosis?
Not really funny. It's not funny, but...
What's her diagnosis?
Can I at least look at the wound? Not that I don't trust the ICE doctor's diagnosis.
A diagnosis which meant that you never should have been accepted into this program.
Look, the key is an early diagnosis.
Community.
Community. Community.
Community.
Community.
Pediatric surgery best combines my love of children, of science, and my desire to give back to my community. Community.
Yes, but you didn't challenge yourself academically.
A focused and honest young woman who has a lot to offer the community. And we agree that there has not been a disconnect.
Heard of your efforts to join our community, to make a fresh start. And I've wanted to believe it to be true.
This was a simple act of criminal mischief gone awry. The tragedy has clearly devastated the community.
You gotta know about that? Look, Travis, I don't care much about what you do or where you go. But I sure in the hell mind it when you make me look like trash in front of this community. Don't you?
We call him Harvard because he went to college.
A very competitive community college.
A million years
years ago.
3 years ago, you gave me the nickname Harvard because I went to an online community college, and now nobody calls me by my real name.
Each of you has a responsibility to this community.
There's a big Russian community in Brighton Beach, Brooklyn.
We're talking about two guys who are liked and respected by everyone in their community.
Speaking on behalf of the entire broadcast community, the 5-day forecast just won't be the same.
I'm telling you, Charlie's death is a personal tragedy for me and a huge loss for the acting community. And I'll do anything I can to help you find whoever did this to him.
Damn business. My client is an upstanding citizen and a pillar of the community. Not to mention, he's also one funny mother fudgesicle. Hey, watch your language.
You're not the leader of this community. You don't speak for these people.
Display.
Display. Display.
Display.
Display. No lies.
Are there any other places that sell or display items from the ominous thing?
This is my favorite. You actually put those things on display, on display, on display.
Captain, we have fingerprint matches for the latents we lifted off all the...
The apology is just the first step. The most important thing is that you display honesty, courage, and compassion.
At your earliest to latest.
Yep, seems like the most sensible way to display them.
Pictures of you around the house. It's odd that they're still on display. No? Some of your colleagues even have diplomas on display.
That was like truly an incredible display of...
You want the Dragon Warrior? From the ground where I lay helpless, I was able to view the most phenomenal display of Dragon Warrior skills ever seen by Panda Eyes.
The Furious Five will now perform a display of skill and daring.
Soldiers on the island last year, and they had a missile launcher. I saw one of these on the display. They're firing calculations.
When do you put that magnificent display of prizes on show?
It's a pain in the ass, so we put the shirts out front and display them properly.
Council. Council. Council.
Council.
Council.
Anything interesting?
I'm reading about county politics. They're looking for candidates for the local council. Council.
But he was my friend. He donated his services free of charge as this council CPA. Council CPA.
Mommy will call Dad. Tell him to email Mr. Moss and get the application for student council. Council.
This brings me back. I had a seat at the popular table, the debate team table, the student council table, and the waiting for marriage table.
You off to the game today, Big Jim?
No, I'm sitting this one out, actually.
Oh, I thought the whole town council always rode that stupid float together.
All us farmers. Till now.
You still sore the town council took Kip Lester's side of that fence dispute.
A 17-year-old girl in Idaho who's going to get one of his kidneys. The other one is going to a 44-year-old councilman in Nevada. Morning, Lucas.
What can I do for you, Zoe?
I am sick of the Fairfax County Council.
You tell me every day.
Uniting for peace. General Assembly overrides a Russian veto in the Security Council.
Draft resolution does not pass due to the no vote by a permanent member of the Security Council.
We'll see. Going around the Security Council is a radical move.
Female.
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 Are going to need a female volunteer from the audience. Female volunteer. Let's see who we have.
Okay, that's what I wanted to show you. Can we pause this, please? That's not the same lady. That's female number 3. That's female number 3. That's female number 3.
So you found 2 males, 3 females. Females.
That's correct.
So if there are 3 females, there ought to be 3 males. Observant Muslim women live with their parents or with their husbands.
Persons? That could be. She's female. Late teens, maybe early 20s. One girl has a jacket just like that. here comes number 2.
Ah, female. First one was a male, young but grown.
I've often thought about that female operative. You know, what went wrong, do you think? Was it,
Why did you push me?
Maybe it was female exploration.
So you never thought about me as a female?
Female, naturally.
Is that a female?
I couldn't honestly even tell you that. The female officer ran across the square into the building. She took a grand risk.
Is that when he shot her? They just lost their female decoy. If they're going to do another job, they're going to need a woman.
We just saw how they treat women.
Database.
Database.
Database. Database.
Database.
Which meant he had to maintain a 3.0 grade point average. So, William hacked into the database, erasing all grades from the entire freshman class.
What are you doing? I am downloading a database on personal loss. Database downloaded.
The lead? Yes, we ran a search on the national database for Turkish harmony.
I need pieces of you. The information I require is in 2 places. Your secure database and inside your head.
Finding out about a new band, yeah, shit like that. Anything that requires a database.
So pussy requires a database?
Yeah.
Anything new on stick?
He's coming up clean on every database I'm cleared for.
Which cables?
He may have leaked the whole database.
The full report, but it was in the database in testing lab 290.
I need to check the national database on solved homicide.
Not doing it. No more using my sister like a database. We broke her.
Listen, that database you're coding, we're gonna need it a little faster, okay?
What I'm pulling up here is the org code, which separates the database.
Shit, I forgot there's a meeting with sales in a couple minutes.
Potential.
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 I'd say we've got some potential here. Potential here. Potential here. What do you think, Hanson?
The dancing? No, the potential customers. The potential customers. The potential customers.
That's pretty bad. But you have potential. Potential. Potential.
A little bit of a fixer-upper. That's got a lot of potential.
I mean, we're looking at a guy that's a potential superstar for us in New York.
Now, tomorrow, I have a very important meeting with a potential new client, and let me just say, we're going to be discussing... that was the real test. You don't talk to your potential father-in-law like that.
Sorry, sir.
You might want to check all your voicemails, the landline as well. Potential clients may have reached out.
But obviously someone who lives in this building has potential.
You have potential, Panda-san, but you are not ready.
Qualified shooters.
The fact is, everyone in this city is a potential target.
What about my face?
Amazing potential.
Probable.
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 If the Ashvini get wind of it, mission failure is probable, death all but certain.
Simple monocellular life in our solar system might not just be possible, it might be probable.
We need probable locations where he would release the virus as soon as you can get them.
I want to search the house. Come on, this is probable cause. I want to search the house.
Fine. Wait, hold on. Wait a second. Just probable cause for what?
You're not going to believe what just happened to me. FBI was in my apartment.
I don't need this right now.
Search warrant. No probable cause. That's the story, Ray.
Dominic Calhoun, we have received information giving us probable cause for a search. Look what we have here.
That we lacked probable cause to compel a DNA sample to compare the tissue underneath the moisture Shapiro's nails.
box. I'm weighing the probable objects that I have handy and relying on weights listed online for ones that I do not.
We can't go in there. We don't have a warrant. We don't have probable cause.
Bro, Castle's life depends on this.
I think it's highly probable that they did.
You said, as a scientist, you look for the probable?
That's right.
How is she? Probable concussion.
Diplomatic.
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 Plates. Diplomatic plates. Diplomatic plates. U.S. Embassy. Let him through.
Even if Lorenzo returns from his diplomatic forays, he usually finds pressing business when the revels begin.
They're waiting.
Maybe they think we come in peace.
I don't think Mazer intends for us to find a diplomatic solution. Diplomatic solution. Diplomatic solution.
No personal, frank, rude comments about every president and prime minister alive. This is a diplomatic nightmare.
This won't be a bunch of kids looking to stir up a fight, but a diplomatic mission.
No, not to provoke a diplomatic incident by boarding a Chinese freighter headed for international water.
Stop! We have diplomatic immunity.
I'm not a diplomat.
The diplomatic protection from the Syrian Arab Republic.
I agree. The fleet would be pleased.
Mr. Pavlov is one of the most diplomatic political officers in the Navy.
Sorry. What do you do?
Nothing as glamorous as women's fashion. I work in the State Department.
Well, no, that's glamorous.
In the diplomatic corps.
Providing that happens, then we can work on transferring the paperwork through diplomatic channel.
Formula.
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 Formula. Formula.
You all want to know the secret formula for getting in, right?
I blew it. He was entrusted with the secret formula for living clay. Then he lost it. I've been waiting 30 years for this. 30 years since I lost that secret formula. You lost the formula? But I thought that Shiba I got. I made Shiba up. What?
Fung? Aren't you gonna say stop again?
It was me. I lost the formula.
I've been trying to get Honey to develop a formula that can turn me into a fire-breathing lizard at will.
Mine would be Amber Valentine.
It sounds like you're an adult film star.
No, I did the spy name formula.
Not quite the same thing, though, is it?
Sherlock, I know what the formula is. And it is a doozy.
Harlan recognizes the formula. He says it's used in civil law to calculate victim compensation.
The good news is she looks healthy, but she needs formula, and soon or she won't survive.
How'd you get him to give you the formula for vertigo, huh?
Wakel account. I tinkered some with his formula.
We have a formula, scores. I'd like you to reconsider, Mr. Bank Manager. Can you do that for me? Can you put aside your formulas and your scores and act like a bloody human being?
I have some diapers, wipes, formula in the trunk. They're over.
Will do, Chief.
Channel.
Channel.
Channel. Channel.
Channel.
Oh yeah, I'm sick of this jackass.
Afraid not. That's my favorite channel. That's my favorite channel. That's my favorite channel.
Holy guacamole. That's good. From up here in Barrow, Alaska, I'm Adam Carlson, Channel 2 News. Channel 2 News. Channel 2 News.
Hey, man. I once knew a kid that was too nervous to say spaghetti correctly. But he channeled that energy into a dance.
Now, let's get down to business. The Financial News Channel called. They want us to do the on-air market wrap-up tomorrow.
To Sloan? Why? She's so like Disney Channel.
On the scene refused to comment. The Channel 8 News has learned that 2 construction workers have been killed.
Sorry, you have to keep your arms out straight. But you can watch TV. We only get a few channels on this thing. But I think Judge Judy should be on.
Why are you standing like that?
It's the only way to get Channel 12.
Oh.
We also get Channel 34
infomercials, and you don't have to hold the antenna.
I'm trying to watch Everybody Loves Raymond. It's on Channel 1. It's good.
What if the judge cross-examines you?
Hang on, Raven. We're trying to boost your signal. Get her off the Arc-wide channel. This room only. Copy?
Whatever it is, if Ellen had wanted the whole world to see it, she would have given it to Channel 5 News. Instead, she gave it to me.
Bar.
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 What are we doing here?
Billy, you know
It's not to win a championship.
I want to win just...
That's my bar. My bar is here. My bar is to take this team to a championship.
It says...
The bar. The bar. The bar.
You want to check out the talk on microcontrols? The guy who invented TV Begon is speaking. It's a remote. You walk into a bar, and turn off...
I met Lizard and I strike borrow.
Which one's Lizard?
The one with the eye patch.
Come on, I'll get you 10 of them back at the bar.
Where?
To the left when you come out. The bar to the left.
There we are. 344, right?
And I beg you, do not abuse the minibar.
Your son is dead.
No! It's a bar in LA.
How much does the bar make every month?
Well, after paying us, the utilities, payroll taxes, maybe $1,300 in a good month. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Did you talk to the owner of that new bar on 35th?
Oh, we were going to drop by later today.
Good. Let me know if I need to get involved.
All right, what is it?
Hey, not here. I know a bar nearby.
I'm not the right person.
Come on, Megan.
Do you know what I did last night? I picked up some guy in a bar, total stranger. I let him fuck my brains out of the hotel. Night before, same thing. I can't stop.